joining us today. You could have been in other places, but y'all decided to tune in here so we can talk a little bit about some really awesome products and things that help myself feel better, at least. So to get things started, don't talk. We're going to start with a jelly bean game. I am here live in Morrisville, North Carolina with my son, David Nicholas, who is 7, and he is my favorite person in the whole world.
Besides Ladybug or Big Dog.
And so we are going to do a fun little game to start out. It's called the Jelly Bean Game. And so I'll be holding up different colors. I have to use gumballs because I couldn't find jelly beans, and I don't really buy processed sugar. So I didn't even know where to go to look for jelly beans. And so, yeah, so that's all right, though. Keep in mind, it's not about the flavor. So keep in mind, it's supposed to be jelly beans, but we're going to go with the color that it is that resonates with you personally instead of the flavor that it might be. And so we're going to start with white or black. And I have a white gumball. And Kimball, do you have a black jelly bean? Just in case we need the visual.
If you need the visual, I've got it. I was sitting here and wasn't thinking and didn't get one out. Let's see.
Oh, no worries.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, there's got to be a black one in there. There's a black jelly bean.
All right, so I want people to raise your hand if you resonate with either white or black. Does anyone resonate with white or black? Okay, we got one. All right. So I will go through now and do the description. So white or black. This individual is highly structured and organized. Surrounds are neat. If given an assignment, they want to know how many pages, exact requirements, things like that. Always wants to know the rules, memorizes things very well. Can't stand sloppy or unorganized people or persons, and deliberates before finalizing and making decisions. So the next color we're going to do is going to be yellow. So if anyone resonates with yellow, go ahead and raise your hand. All right, Miss Shirley. So Miss Shirley, you resonate with yellow. That is not usually outspoken, always in a state of transition, whether they're 8 or 80, usually smart and very innovative, and often very artistic. Sometimes confused in making decisions or unsure where they're supposed to be, but they're very hard workers, excited to be with, and will try anything as long as it's safe. Spiritual aspects are always important to them, and they look at things with perspective and respect others' opinions while doing so. Then the next color we're going to do is orange. So if anyone resonates with the color orange. Any hands? No? All right. You guys want me to read the orange description?
Yeah,
Just for shoots and giggles?
Sure.
So orange is cheerful and good-natured, having the ability to get along well with almost anyone. They're friendly and have a ready smile, usually have a quick wit, fluent, often eloquent and profound in speech, do not like to be left alone, and they enjoy life and inspire others to reach their highest potential. So the next colors we're going to do is going to be red or pink. They're red or pink. Does anyone resonate with red or pink? No?
Betty. Betty?
Betty, you said yes? Okay.
Yes.
So red and pink are courageous and their energy seems boundless. They smile much of the time. If they see someone not smiling, we'll ask what their problem is or what the problem is. genuinely care about people and become involved in others' problems, highly influenced by others and share their sadness or grief, make decisions with feelings, act on impulses of the heart, spend a great deal of time on the phone, usually listening to others, and they are very sensitive and enthusiastic friends and lovers. So now the next color is going to be violet.
Yes.
Anyone resonate with violet? And this is actually kind of like it's like a royal blue violet. Like if you can't see close up enough, but it actually looks tie-dyed. Like the blue and the purple didn't stay mixed when it went on. So it's actually a really cool looking gumball because it looks tie-dyed. But I like tie-dye, so.
Mom, this was on the ground.
Yeah.
Need it?
Okay, so violet. Do we have some violets in the room?
That's me.
Yes, I knew Kimball was. All right. So violet is flirty and passionate, highly creative and highly excitable, have new ideas and are visionaries, short attention spans, can't stay put for too long at a time, disorganized, often choosing to close doors rather than deal with the organization, procrastinators who thrive on chaos, enjoy the challenges of different problems, have a problem dealing with highly structured time, questioning, for example, when given an assignment, asks why it must be done a certain way and maybe possibly wants to do it differently, in fact. Sets high standards for themselves and those who work for them. So that's for that. And then the next color and the last color is going to be green. So does anyone resonate with green? No, no greenies?
Her hands. Kathy is a green jelly bean.
Okay, Kathy. All right. Green. Need to stand and remain standing while traits are read. So go ahead and take a stand and really be involved with this. We always ask green to stand because they love recognition. These people are seen as leaders, usually in highly visible positions. They are respecters of authority and tradition. They are decisive, directed, and focused. They love black and white jelly bean people to organize their projects for them. All right, so now that we went through all of the colors, who thinks that the color description for them is valid as they perceive themselves? So raise your hand if you agree with the description that I gave for the colors.
Yes.
All right. I think I finally understand a little bit more about this jelly bean game. I hate jelly beans. I think they're gross. But after reading, I got a package of 100 for my graduation from high school from one of my aunts, and there was 100 different flavors.
Oh my God.
I was a horrible person because I just wanted to throw it away. And I ended up giving it to all my little cousins. Thankfully, I'm the oldest, and they all consumed it. But I felt horrible. Anyway, after reading all of the traits, I think I'm probably a black or white, and Kimball might be able to say yes or no, or maybe I'm crazy. There was a few things in in a few other ones that I do resemble, but then I felt like I did not resemble the rest of it. So I guess that's my interpretation for me.
It's really done off of colors, and to be honest, to be a fun little game, it has a 86 to 87% validity.
Right.
Which is, and it's done by the colors.
I think in my head it was, I don't like it, so I
and I tell people, don't even think about the taste, just look at the color, because then some people will say, well, I really love licorice. No, don't go on that. Go on the color. You know, do you like black and white? If you don't like black and white, then, you know, it's really on the color. But it's just kind of fun. It's interesting because most of the time I can pretty much guess what people are going to be with a pretty good accuracy.
Am I a white black, Kimball?
Yeah, I think you're white. And that's I mean, all of these are good. None of these are negative. And that's the cool part is what makes the world better is it's all having our traits and all working together. Being a team and working together is what it's all about.
Absolutely. And nobody is just one color. All the things of life, the ups and downs, you know, sometimes maybe last year you would have been a different color if we would have played this game. And now where you're at right now, you're resonating with a different color that's calling to you or speaking to you differently or more impactfully. And all these things are okay because, again, this is life and that's how we grow as people, as individuals, and, you know, try to be uplifting to the people that we are around and the people that we possibly could have influence over or under or with or whatever. So, yeah, so I hope that everybody learned something new about themselves today through that exercise, at least, because it's just, you know, kind of a fun little icebreaker to get things going, get people comfortable and a little bit silly. It's like when, you know, kids are asked to stand up and get all your wiggles out, you know, that's our wiggles, the jelly bean game. So now I want to stop, David. I wanted to let everyone know that we are going to be doing some party favor little samples. And so we just need names and emails and telephone number and a mailing address to mail those out to. If you don't, for whatever reason, feel comfortable enough to put it in the chat, that's okay. Just send that message one-to-one with whoever invited you to the call, and we'll make sure that we get your samples out to you. And now, without further ado, so you were promised to learn something useful and fun today. And I and some of the other people on this call are part of Nikan's global wellness community. Nikan has been around for 45 years, and it started with a man called Mr. Mastudo. He was a simple man, and he worked as a bus dispatcher. He had a son born with a problem, and the problem required surgeries. He couldn't afford it, and so he looked for something else to bring to the world that would provide the money for his son's surgery. Research had been done at the time on magnetic deficiency syndrome in Japan, and he and a friend created the first magnetic insoles and the Nikan Company. And with that one product, they sold $1 billion worth of insoles only on the island of Japan. Nikan has created other products that help families create a wellness home and live a better life naturally. One man, one family, one problem, and the solution that came about created the global wellness community and changed lives in over 40 countries and is still doing so 45 years later. I'm going to now introduce some of my favorite Nikan energy technologies that are very near and dear to myself and my son and even my dog. So my name is Elizabeth Boutros. I am 32 years old. I'm a single mom in Morrisville, North Carolina, and nothing has ever just been given or easy to me. I'm a very strong-willed person, so my stubbornness sometimes gets the best of me. And I will say that the reason why I fell in love with Nikan immediately was because I was shown a different way to get better water into my life and my body for my son and myself. And I've always been very, very kind of weird about water. I lived in Cary, North Carolina when we had a huge E. coli breakout, and the city decided to lie to the public and actually hide it for almost 3 full weeks. And Cary, North Carolina, the population for the city is mostly people in their elder years over the age of 55. There's a lot of like assisted living communities and things like that. And there's also a massive amount of daycares. So the two sides of the population that have more immune issues that come up because of the fact of they're still building or they're starting to break down from not having proper nutrition and wellness. And so I actually got really sick. Nobody knew what was wrong with me, lots of tests later, and everything's within normal limits. And you're just going to feel like this because we don't know what's wrong with you. And so I've always been really weird about water. And my son and I, actually, we are Nikin fanatics, I like to call us, because we go everywhere with our Nikin. So if we're traveling, and I'm going to be gone for more than the day, I actually put my Nikin waterfall into a reusable grocery bag and take it with us. Or we both have our sports bottles with us handy, like at all times. The sport bottle is really awesome because it brings your pH level of the water from a 7 to an 8.5, which puts it in the alkaline range, which is really awesome because the more alkaline your body can stay, the more likely you're able to sustain the different functions that need to naturally go on all the time. There are 4 magnets. Stop. There are 4 magnets. They are 4,600 gauze. And the 4 magnets in the sport bottle are actually underneath of the band. So like if you took the top off, you could actually look inside and see where they're sitting inside of the plastic water bottle. They, the water bottles are BPA, DEHA, and DEHP free. And the ANSI, NSF standards, they exceed for chloramine, they exceed for chlorine, they exceed for cyst reduction, and lead is even reduced 98.6% out of, and normally when we're putting water into it to begin with, it is city municipality treated water. But it's good for 250 refills, which is about 40 gallons in just a travel size sport water bottle, which is really great because when my son, before I pulled him out to homeschool him and he had to go to school, and he told me there was like weird stuff in the water fountain, and I already was like cringing. I'm like, why didn't you bring your Nikin bottle that day? And so it became a thing for him to have this with him every single day at school because they have asbestos in the schools and gave a really scary asbestos report to me because I requested it. So just that gives me peace of mind, which is why I love the water filters. I love that I have a whole water system at my home. I changed my shower head and I have a waterfall on my counter, which I use to rinse off any fruits or vegetables when I'm cooking. My son does the same. And it helps give mom a little bit of peace of mind when things are so weird and scary and can seem overwhelming. It just is like one less thing for me to have to worry about. Stop. So then also one of my favorite products, because we wear them every single day, are the magnetic technology wearables that we have. So David has a necklace on, and our dog Ladybug has a necklace on every day. And I have the Kinko heart set. So I have the earrings and the necklace, and I also have a bracelet as well. Usually I throw my insoles into whatever I'm wearing as also, just because again, it's, the things that you gain from it is they're using static magnets. So because of that, it doesn't produce the unwanted energy that's discharged by electromagnetics. And also the Kinko heart set is hypoallergenic. I cannot wear fake jewelry. If I wear costume jewelry, even, it's like for like an hour or two, and then I have to take it off. So these are nickel free, they're non-corrosive. The bracelet and the necklace that David and I and Ladybug wear, they're really like sex friendly, like for males or females to wear, to be very athletic. You can have a very athletic lifestyle, and it just goes with you. It's washable. you know, it's easy. Just put it on. And then the third big thing for myself, which I'm very, very blessed to have found a company that has these amazing technologies. I went vegan about a year and a half ago. And so my nutrition has always been very important to me. And it's also a lot of times a very daunting task to, you know, I'm not a nutritionist by any means, but I do know what my body needs. And I didn't want to feel like it was a chore. And it was feeling like it was a chore. And I went vegan because it made me feel better to cut the extra processed stuff out for myself personally. It's not for everyone. It wasn't an easy transition, but I know for myself, without having Nikan products that I can have faith and trust in, it would have been so much more of a daunting task. And I'm not sure that I would have stuck with it, and then would possibly have had these other health things come back up where I'm not feeling good and I have no energy. And my favorite product actually is the Lactoferrin. I have some pretty crazy iron issues. Actually this year, because of being vegan for over a year, I've been pushing my doctor to do more blood work about my iron specifically. And with these results coming in, I'm getting a bigger picture of what's really going on with my body. And Lactoferrin, so this is Lactoferrin. So Lactoferrin, I actually take 2 every day. And that is because it's helping to bind and transport iron, which is an essential mineral. It helps transport it to the hemoglobin, which is where we want it to be. It means that our body's able to actually absorb it. And so me being vegan, even like if for instance, if I didn't have Lactoferrin in my life, I would probably be trying to ingest iron in a different way, like supplementing, which is more hurtful to your digestive tract in general. And so this is, again, just, it makes it easier. I feel better, so I want to keep doing it. So that's Lactoferrin. And then the biggest thing from me being vegan that has helped me a whole lot is KVB, Kensin Vital Balance. The company, Nikan, actually redid the formula a little bit. I like it better, which is good. Hopefully that's why they changed it. And I don't have to worry, because the transparency is right here on the nutrition, on the supplement facts. And I also love that we can pull it up on our website and it's just right there for you. You don't have to buy it. It's just right there for you to look at. And if you are in a health situation where you do need to take that information to your doctor and decide if that's the right choice for you or the right fit for you, it's okay. It's so easy to just do it because it's right there. And if it was really hard, I didn't want to be a bean counter. I called myself a bean counter being vegan, because without eating beans, which threw my carbohydrate intake like into this crazy high amount for a day, I didn't like counting beans. How many ounces of beans did I eat today? I mean, like, really, like, how many grams of beans did I eat? Like, did I get enough protein? And proper amounts of protein and water, these things are so important for brain function. And you know, when it's easier for you to know that you're just getting it, then it's easier to make a sustainable lifestyle choice and be able to incorporate these things very easily into your day-to-day life. And again, it not feel like it's a chore, because sometimes it's really hard to be healthy and think with like a wellness oriented frame of mind. But at the end of the day, who doesn't like feeling better? And I know I like feeling better. I don't like when I feel like I don't want to get up out of bed. I have a 7-year-old to chase after. So he doesn't like that either. So like boring mommy is not a healthy mommy. So again, just, you know, the awesome products that I'm able to have in my life and have incorporated them into a daily lifestyle for me. It means a lot. It means so much. It means I get my life back, and I get to be the mom that I always wanted to be for my son. And that is a really, really awesome thing. And that makes me feel good every single day when I'm making healthy choices and showing him how to make healthy choices, and allowing his healthy choices to be easier for him to make even. All right, so 2 other products really quick that I love. So we have a new Kensin Total Vegan Drink Mix. This actually has 3 servings of veggies and 1 serving of fruit in it. If you add it with cold water, cold Nikan Pie Mag water, of course. But if you add it with cold water, it actually tastes almost like horchata, which is like a guilty pleasure for me. But this takes the guilt out of it, because it's just good stuff for your body, so you feel better. And then sometimes he doesn't even know when I mix it in things. And that is a great thing for me, because I don't have to worry, is he getting enough fruits and veggies, or is he trying to shove them around the plate so it looks like he ate them, but he didn't really eat them. And then also Super Siaga. So the Super Siaga, I usually do some sort of a combination with the Kensin Vital Balance with my shake mix. So like if I just want like a snack real quick, I'll do like 1 scoop instead of 2 scoops of the protein mix, which is 10 grams of protein. And then I'll put Super Siaga in with it, and then a little bit of the vegan drink mix also. And it's like a chocolate berry delicious thing. And I like it to be really, really cold. So sometimes I'll make it the night before, so that way I can go ahead and stick it in the fridge. And then I don't have to worry about, is it going to be cold enough, or is it going to not taste how I want it to taste? Because I want it to be like really, really cold, which that's probably bad for people to drink really cold things, but it tastes better to me personally. And so yeah, so those are some of the Nikan products that I have come to love and appreciate for being in my life on a daily basis, and love to share any of these things with you all. And now I just want to take some time to ask if anyone has any questions. We do have some time for questions.
I want to hear from David what his favorite product is.
Come here.
My favorite product is probably the Nikan water.
The water.
Yeah, the Nikan water filters.
Yeah.
Why do you like vegan water?
It tastes way better. Way.
Way
Plus it stays cool longer.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Well, that's pretty impressive when a guy your age likes the water. I think that tells us how really good the water really is.
Sometimes it tastes like juice to me.
Oh, okay. Is that when Mommy puts the Siaga in it?
Mm-mm. But honey.
Yeah.
That's the added bonus. He doesn't even know usually when I'm like, scoop, scoop. There you go. Give you a little boost.
So how does the jewelry work? What does that do?
Cece wants to know how the jewelry works.
So the jewelry, because it's because it's magnets, they use static magnets. So like, for instance, the Earth, Gaia, actually emits her own electromagnetic field, and it starts in her core. She's iron-based and surrounded by water on the top, much like human beings are. We are iron-based in our blood, and we are mostly made out of water, just like her. And so our body, when we're eating different things, come into contact with ourselves via food or other water, and they create free radicals, which changes our electromagnetic field. And so if you can think about, so it's like our body naturally wants to be closer frequency wise to the Earth, because that was how our body was designed to work the most functionally. And so if you think about it like that, it kind of makes sense that we want something or some way to be able to undo the damage that we're doing. A lot of times these exposures we aren't very aware of. Sometimes they come in places we wouldn't expect, but it doesn't mean that our body is not constantly being bombarded with electronic frequencies that like make our body not work with the 50 billion cells all together doing all the things that we need it to do in order to just live every day. And so it helps us discharge, because it's not discharging the negative affecting electromagnetic fields.
So is it grounding? Is it grounding us?
It would. So like I have a grounding pad, which I meditate on and I sleep on. So for that, I guess technically you could use the word grounding, but I'm not sure that all of the products are necessarily grounding. It's just that they help our bodies be able to get back to that starting frequency, so that we can deal with whatever is bombarding us. We can release it and it be okay, and it not hurt us to release it.
Yeah. All of our products add energy. The magnets add energy to the body. And she talked about, and we don't talk about this a lot because there's really theories. It's like lots of things. There's only theories about how aspirin works, but it does. But the theory is that in your blood you have the iron, and the magnets get the hemoglobin excited, so it gets it flowing. So in that way, we believe that it improves the flow.
Mm-hmm.
From an Eastern perspective, all disease is caused by blockage of the chi. So our magnets help clear up those blockages, and we don't diagnose, and we don't treat, and we don't cure. However, people with headaches find wearing magnets very helpful. I used to have migraines so bad I went to the hospital. People who have neurological problems that cause them to have poor balance or have trouble moving, they find that these help. People who talk about memory issues, a lot of times will find wearing them. And you can't have too much, because all of Nikon's magnets are the same frequency as the Earth's magnetic field. Years ago, when I was in a training for dealing with autistic children, one of the interventions they taught us was to take them outside, take their shoes off, and stand them on the surface. Mm-hmm. And in about 5 minutes, they'll calm down.
Yep.
And so that's really what we're doing. For me, today I've got on 2. I'm wearing one up on my shoulder and one down here at my lower back. I've got my insoles in. I've got bracelets on. I've actually got 2 necklaces. And if I don't have them on, I don't feel as much energy. People who deal with autoimmune, which that's what I deal with, we seem to be the most sensitive and get the best effects. I mean, everybody, athletes love them, kids love them. It's so funny. I've had kids come into my office with a headache, and I'll say, well, let me put this on. And I'll put it on, a minute or two later, the kid will look at his parents and say, the headache's gone. And the parent goes, oh, yeah, you just think that. I'm like, no, that's how it works. And I do that with adults. Because a lot of times if you put one of these on an adult with a headache, they'll go, it's gone. It was just placebo. And they'll take it off, and then they're like, oh, that headache came back. Well, it came back because the magnet was doing what it did. But we want to be very clear that we are not medical based. What we are doing is we're just adding energy to the body, and the body utilizes it for what it wants. And that's how, really to help people, we need about 3 months. Work with them and see what they need and add the stuff in and balance them out. But it's some amazing stuff.
Absolutely, Kimball.
Oh, and we have another guest, Emily.
Emily, that's my best friend of like 20 plus years.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Emily. We're all waving at you. I guess you can see us. We can't see you.
That's all right. She's a little shy.
That's okay.
So, does anyone else have any other questions?
I think you did a great job explaining the products and why you have the ones that are favorite. And I absolutely love that David's favorite product is a water. I thought it was going to be the chocolate drink mix for sure. He really impressed me. I love your kid.
Thank you. All right. So without further ado, drum roll, please. All right. It is goodie bag time. So there are 4 choices. And again, whoever invited you, get this information to them, or you can put the information in the chat if you so feel inclined to. Would you like to sample the shake mix? And keep in mind, the shake mix is vegan. It is dairy free, and there are 20 grams of protein per serving, which is 2 scoops, and almost no carbs. And the vanilla is very, very tasty. I thought I missed the chocolate for a minute, but then they redid the vanilla, and now I don't miss the chocolate.
You do. You totally miss the chocolate.
Do I miss the chocolate? I don't know. I feel like I started mixing it with the vegan drink mix, so it's like a different. I haven't had the chocolate for so long now.
I've had so much chocolate, and I opened the last one 2 weeks ago, and I wanted to cry because Kimball knows I drink both the shakes, but I drink it all the time, like 2 times a day. That's my breakfast, and sometimes it's my dinner. If my belly is not right, that's all I can do. And I want to cry every morning because I know it's going to be gone, and I don't have any more. You don't understand. I'm only praying that I mix the chocolate vitamins, the Vitamix. If I mix that into it, I'm praying that it tastes similar because it's my favorite. I can't eat food. So that's like my pizza. That's like my everything. You just
and this is the opposite, because I didn't like the chocolate that we had at the end. I wouldn't tell anybody that at the time, but I really didn't like it. And so we were using vanilla, and they were selling the vanilla, and they ran out of vanilla, and then we had to go with just the chocolate till the vanilla came. And I so wanted the vanilla to come back because I didn't like their last chocolate one. So but I'll tell you what,
the last one was different.
When I put a scoop, that was a formula from Europe, which was different. But when I put a scoop of the vegan drinks mix in it, oh my God, I think that's wonderful. And if you really want to be really decadent and it's like a chocolate covered berry, then I put a scoop of Ciaga and a scoop of the vegan and put it up, and oh my goodness, I really feel like I am having a illegal treat because I don't do sugar. And so it's like, oh man, this is awesome.
It's like, dang it, 8 ounces is gone.
Yeah, that is, and I'll tell you something else that's really good in it too, is you can get this peanut butter powder.
Oh yeah.
Shake it up, and if you do the peanut butter powder and a scoop of the vegan drink mix, then it's like a Reese's cup. And again, we're in the illegal treat again. And I can't believe the 8 ounces is gone.
It's the little things in life.
Yeah.
It's the little things. So what else have they got to choose from?
So, okay, so we could do a sample of the shake mix, or where is it? A sample of, oop, I'm leaning, sorry. Or the Nikon duct tape, which the duct tape is way better than the kinetic tape you may or may not be using already. I've used it for lots of things, and it just helps jumpstart process in my body, and I feel better. So I want to keep using it. So we could do samples of the Nikon duct tape, DUK tape. It has sun fibers in it, and you can stick it where it hurts, and it takes care of your ouchies. So I don't like ouchies. Most people don't like ouchies. My son, having a rough and tumbling little wild, crazy little hippie boy, climbing trees and this, that, and the other thing, I keep lots of rolls of duct tape on hand at all times. You could also do the Kensin 10 for matcha tea energy drink mix, which if you've ever had matcha tea, it's very, very similar. It's matcha green tea. It's really good. It gives you a boost and also supports your immune system. And then also we could do samples of CM cream, and CM cream is cetyl myrostoleate. And this one is actually 40%, which is higher than most CM creams specifically. And I mean, I use this stuff. People come over, oh, I got this going on, whatever. Hey, let me try this, see what happens. It's good for a lot of things. It's non-greasy. It has a little bit of like a menthol peppermint smell, but it's not overpowering. It's not like, you know, putting on another sport cream product that you smell it all day until you wash it off. And then you're like, I just smell like, you know, peppermint patty over here. So you kind of get over that smell, even if, but I actually like this better because it doesn't have the strong kick of a smell, and it seems like it works faster than other products. And I've used lots of products. I used to run track, so, and do weightlifting. I've always been a very active person. So for me, I really love the CM cream. You just rub it on sore muscles, see what happens. And yeah, so that's another thing that we could put in a little goodie bag for you. And so just get back with the person that invited you to this call, and we'll be more than happy to send you out some samples so we can have you try some products and see what works for you, see if you have any questions or whatever that comes up. We are, again, a global wellness community. So none of us are in anything alone. We're all in this together. And it's just a really awesome thing to be able to collaborate with other amazing entrepreneurs in love with the business that makes sense and where products make sense. So yeah, without further ado, there's also a business opportunity with Nikon. Myself being a single mom, that resonates very strongly with me because it gives me the flexibility, especially with everything going on with school right now in North Carolina. I was able to feel confident to pull him out and withdraw him and start my own homeschool. And without Nikon, I wouldn't have felt comfortable to make that jump, because that is definitely a leap of faith. That was a very big thing for me. But just knowing that I have this opportunity with Nikon, and I love the products, and I want to share them with everyone that I know and come into contact with. I just want to reiterate, and Kimball mentioned it before, the opportunity is to invest 3 months to live a better life, and you will get training and support and set a financial goal and reach it. And those are real things that could happen for you, for anyone. Use the products, share the products, sell the products. The ways that we make money nowadays are retail sales and building a team. And you could go either way. You could just love the products and want to get a little discount for it. That's cool too. That's okay. A lot of people do that. That was how I started in Nikken, because I was still working full time. And I wanted to get the products at a cheaper rate for myself so I could start incorporating these things into my lifestyle for myself and my son. So if you're interested in learning more about the business side of Nikken and what those opportunities could look like for you, then please again reach out to whoever invited you to this call, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions and help you get started if that's something that you decide that you want for yourself. So thanks again, everyone, for joining.
Elizabeth, before we go, is there anybody that would like to give a testimony about one of the products? Somebody else that hadn't spoken about a product and something it's done for you. Cece, you're talking, but you're
Betty and Cece are muted.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No. Did you have what you wanted to share?
I can. I was going to say that I use too many products to go through the entire list, but it's all because it was an ailment that needed help. And then I used it. Kimball suggested I did that, and it became history. Okay, this is normal, and this is normal. So for me, probably something that is extremely life-changing. I'm in my bedroom and I just want to grab my blanket and show it to you, but it's my blanket. I have a pillowcase, I have my blanket, I have my pillow. Those things are like sometimes life and death. I do have a neuromuscular disease. I do have blood disorders by 2. I have some issues, and when I don't have my blanket, I'm sometimes afraid to, let's go camping. Can we take my blanket? Because if I don't have my stuff, I can't function normal, and neuromuscular affects the way I walk. And if I'm not comfortable on a daily basis or with my mask that's right here in the nightstand, I am a wreck. And so for me, my sleeping time is life and death to me. I really probably would have to say it is life and death, because before that, it was crazy. I was using my, as soon as the grounding mat came out, I would live on the mat like all day long. If I was standing in the kitchen, I was standing on the mat. If I was in the living room, I was on the mat. And then I was just, I had my blanket, but it was different. And if I don't have everything in a sequence, then I'm out of control. And I know he's in control, but I like to be in control of my legs and when they move. And if I'm 45 years old, if I cannot walk normal, which there's nothing wrong if I can't, then I need help. So for me, my magnets is what helps me. So I make the best of it and do as much of Nikken as I can that will help me. And those things are probably the biggest things for me.
Betty, did you hear everyone? Unmute yourself, Betty. Betty, you're
Okay, I'm here. I was going to say, I have neuropathy in my feet, so the insoles really helped me a lot. I didn't have good balance, and that helps with my balance, and it helps with all that tingling in my feet. And then I have had a bum knee for the last month and a half, so it's been the duct tape here and there, magnets here and there, the back flex on my back. I had sciatica to go along with it. So it's like all the magnetic products have really helped me a lot. And the grounding mat, I could not live without. I can't let anybody borrow my grounding mat because I have to have it. And it stopped me from snoring also.
Oh, good.
It stopped my
Yay.
snoring completely too. I'm going to give a testimonial on the business because Jeff and I have been in this business for 14 and a half years. And after we were in for about, I would say, 6 months, we have always made enough in our Kensin check on a monthly basis to pay our house payment. And that was one of my goals, was to have the house payment taken care of. I don't know how many of you, if any of you got a house payment, that's a sizable bill.
Yeah.
And that was my goal, and I reached that. And that's what I tell people, it's an amazing company. If I had to do that with other monies, then we wouldn't have nearly as much. And so it's a company that you can set a financial goal and you can reach it, and then you can make a bigger one if you want. And it's nice because that check has always been there. It's never been delayed. There's never been a problem. It's never been wrong. So I love the Kensin business, and I do believe that is one of our best products.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Kimball. So if nobody else has any other testimonials, no? All right. So we are going to be doing these calls every week. We're going to alternate. We're going to be alternating Sundays. And so the next one is, the next one's going to be this Thursday or the following Thursday? Following Thursday. So that will be on the 25th of September. And we will have one on
that following Sunday.
the 25th, yeah. The 24th of September, Thursday, sorry.
Right.
So Thursday, September 24th at 7 p.m. And then that following Sunday, the 27th, will be at 4 p.m. again. So if you enjoyed our fun jelly bean game / gumball game for me, then please invite other people to come and join, because we do want to share wellness with the world, and we want to build this community bigger and bigger and have more people be aware and be okay with being aware of being wellness oriented, because it is okay to want to take care of the one body that we get. And that is my biggest take home from why I love Kensin. So all right, so I hope everyone had fun, and thank you all so much for your time. And I'm honored for everyone who came and showed up and just had a little conversation. Let's start a conversation about wellness. It starts with you today.
Thank
Bye,
you,
guys.
Elizabeth.
Thank you so much.
You did a good job.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.